Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Dychronic, your host here on this Destiny 2 video, and today we're going to be showing you the weekly reset for Destiny 2 on November 19, 2019. Everything that has reset, that has gone up in flames, and I'm kind of sad because there's no more tree, and this place looks empty as hell. Look, there's no tree, there's no Iron Banner guy. This place is just completely empty, and it's so weird. But yeah, I mean, obviously the Halloween event is over. I may have literally gotten my Braid Tech Werewolf like 14 hours ago because I was being lazy, but yeah, let's go and talk about the reset. The biggest thing that's coming this week is the Final Assault from the Vex. Let's go ahead and check that out first before we get into the regular weekly reset. Alright. Okay. Personally, it doesn't look completed, but maybe the science will work just fine. Who knows? Okay. So it seems like the first thing you need to do for this is to just go to Ikora, click accept on it, and then something happens. Okay, it's possible that because I haven't completed Eyes on the Moon on this character that I haven't yet, I'm not able to actually see what the thing is, so I'm gonna change characters. Alright, take 2 on the Warlock. Let's see what's going on. I click it. Still nothing shows up. Alright, so apparently all you do is go to the moon and the Vex Offensive launch thing, and it'll just be the Vex Offensive Final Assault, and they have overload, and barrier. I don't know what that means, but what it seems like is just the Final Assault is a 750 power required activity. I thought it would be higher than that, and it might just be a different thing of the same thing. So I don't think you can do the regular offensive anymore. You can just do the Final Assault all the way up until the end of the DLC. That's what I'm guessing. And that's the way it seems like you started. Outside of that, there's nothing else new that's going on right now. We're going to be going into the coasting period of the DLC, just trying to finish it up until the next season that starts on December 10th. And they still haven't released a new calendar to say that there's anything else going on from now to the upcoming DLC. And my assumption is if they don't do it in the next TWAB, which is in 2 days, they're not going to do it at all, and they're just going to coast. Anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with the Nightfalls. The Nightfall ordeal this week will be the Scarlet Keep, which does not have a Nightfall unique, and it has a lot of things, including Empath, Unstoppable, Barriers, and a bunch of other things that are also on top of that. Hashladoon. I don't like that. You know, I've never seen this before, Empath. I just realized it's never been seen before. Okay, I just realized you have enhanced radar and take more melee damage, but you also have your radar disabled. That's mean. That's rude. Moving on to the other weekly Nightfalls. First of all, inside Terminus, the big Scion dude at the end, he drops the Long Goodbye 90 RPM sniper rifle. Next up, Strange Terrain, the Warmind campaign with Nokris, the Wizard Fire Dude at the end, dropping the Braid Tech Osprey Cluster Bomb Rocket, and finally the Hollowed Lair, the Forsaken Boss Fanatic that drops the Mindbender's Ambition Aggressive Frame Shotgun, pretty good in the Crucible. The highest scoring one is going to be Strange Terrain with the Exploit. Outside of the Exploit, definitely Hollowed Lair has a lot of enemies in it, and the fastest one I think is probably still going to be Strange Terrain. That's a pretty fast one. As for the heroic modifier this week, it will be Void Singe, and the daily is going to be Iron and Heavyweight. As for the Crucible rotating playlist, first of all, we have Mayhem, one of my favorite, if not my favorite, PvP game mode for any of Crucible. Basically, you have supers and abilities that recharge super duper fast. You're using them like crazy, and it's just absolute mayhem, and it's a whole lot of fun. There's a lot of quests that require certain ability kills or certain kills of certain type. Mayhem is a great place to do that. The other one's going to be Breakthroughs. It's 4v4 team. My understanding is you capture the middle, capture the opposing vault, kind of like a tug-of-war thing. As for Reckoning, this week will be Solar Singe, and the daily right now is Heavyweight. Heavyweight being the best thing you can have in here, and right now I do believe it's the likeness of Oryx, so you can get any of the weapons you see on screen now, including the fabled Bear Ration. As for the Flashpoint, it will be taking place on the EDZ, so completing your public events, lost sectors, and heroic adventures on the EDZ to net yourself some powerful gear. As for the Nightmare Hunts this week, we have Skolas, we have Zydron the Gate Lord, and then finally Tanix the Scar. So if you needed anything from those 3 bosses, it is available this week. And because we're here, let's go ahead and talk about it. The Garden of Salvation, the third and final challenge, which is called To the Top, which I assume is for the boss fight encounter, which I don't know what it does since it's the first time it has ever existed, is available this week. It is available this week. As for Escalation Protocol, this week will be the Shotgun, which is the best weapon to get from any of these things, and one of the best special weapons for PvE in the game, and that's because last week was all 3, and next week will be the SMG. So, If you do not have the shotgun, go and get it right now today. It is a very good weapon. Moving on to the menagerie this week will be Hisapiko, beloved by Callus, which is going to be the big minotaur with these shield walls. And the weekly for the regular mode is going to be Void Singe, the daily being Iron and Heavyweight. And as we switch over to the heroic version, it's going to be Extinguish, Iron, Blackout, and Void Singe. I don't know how to have to walk all the way back to Eververse. I have to just go to the director's store. Whoa, I've never seen this one before. That's a fancy one. Anyways, let's go and talk about Eververse, the things that she does have available. I have literally never seen this sparrow before, and I want this to be in my thumbnail. So if you'll just join me here for a little bit of a behind the scenes kind of thing, let me just make this stuff disappear so I can get a better cutout. This is something different. I don't know where this came from, but this is beautiful. Anyway, let's go and get started with the bright dust stuff. We have oiled gunmetal, bruised blush. I found a few uses of oiled gunmetal, but not a big fan. You have the transmit effect, the blind clutch, which is exactly what you think it is. It's just going to be this orb that you kind of spawn through. You have the ghost shell that has public defender and guiding light. That's a very good combo, and is more common these days, but used to be not very common. And then finally you have the eat it up emote, which is exactly what you think it is. Moving on to the other bright dust section, we have things like Eat It Up. Again, we have the Jotun Sparrow, which you have seen before. Ikora's Resolve, the Curse of Osiris ship, a ghost, an ornament for the Bad Omens rocket launcher. We have the Warlock Universal Ornament for the Eververse set. The Eververse set right now being really good. And then finally, Ghost Projections and a bunch of Transmat Effect and shaders across the bottom. Iridescent Coral I've never used before, and it makes me curious. Ooh, actually, that reminds me of Indigo Mage. That's pretty interesting. I'm just gonna get one. Why not? I don't know if I have one. Let's just get one. Finally, moving on to Hawthorne's inventory, showing you everything that she does have available from Hawthorne's inventory, including the weekly raid challenges, as well as the just clan bounties. Of course, clan bounties are going to be Gambit, Crucible, raid challenges, and of course the Nightfall ordeal with your clanmates. This is not a powerful gear, as I've mentioned before. As far as the weekly raid challenges go outside of the Garden of Salvation, obviously, we first of all have the Last Wish one, which is going to be Fight Forever, which is going to be in the third encounter, in the Morgoth encounter with the big ogre. Basically, just don't kill any of the regular-sized ogres during the fight. You'll be able to get this one pretty easy. Moving on to the Scourge of the Past one. This is going to be the first section of the Scourge of the Past raid. Basically, you just have to do everything faster. So don't let the battery level get to around half. You can see the level next to the map. There's like a little dial. There's like a red section, a yellow section. Just don't let it get under half, and you should be able to get this one. And then lastly, the Limited Blessing one, which is going to be the first encounter of the Crown of Sorrows raid, where only 2 people at a time can actually have the buff. So just trade it between 2 pairs of 2 people, and you should be able to handle both sides in the middle pretty easy. And that's pretty much it. That's going to be the end of the video, end of the reset. If you had any questions, let me know in the comments down below. You know I'm going to jump all over this thing just because it's been so long and we're still building it, and I mean, it doesn't look completed, but I mean, there's a spinning button here. But yeah, that's the end of the video, and yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye!